How do you feel like Dobos can stay involved on the basketball side of things without kind of stepping over that line too?
As much as you can, watch practice, rewatch it. Don't just fall
That's
into the
huge.
trap
He
of,
said, Matt, he said practice, not random clinics and stuff. Watch your own practices, right?
yeah, because we fall into the trap of, oh, I was there, so I watched it. Well, you might have not seen every single thing that happened, or something you saw that you thought happened one way might have happened actually a different way.
Yeah.
So just like watching a game film, we all probably watch our games after but watch practice, because again, you have more practices throughout the course of a season than you do games by far. So watch your practices. You know, if you're somebody that like is very detailed and wants to takes a lot of notes, keeps a notebook or a journal, like jot down things that you see from practice. And again, there's a lot of work that we as support staff and aspiring coaches do that might never make it out of our notebook. It might not never make it out of our brain into the space, right?
As assistants as well.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to pick and choose a little bit. Yeah.
Right. So, but if you don't have it, like if a coach ever said, "Hey Matt, what did you think about practice yesterday?" I don't want to be like, yeah, like,
right.
I want to be like, oh, well, actually, glad that you asked me, and then be able to have some notes. Or if you ask me an idea about something, I want to have it ready. So that helps me grow. So the stats is a great way. It's a cheat code for me to get to rewatch all the practices and really have a pulse of like, okay, I thought Matt had a great practice today. He actually didn't, because he shot terribly. I just saw the couple that I saw looked really good. So puts it in perspective. But I think big picture, a great way to, we talked about trust, earning trust with your coaching staff and stuff like that. You have to start by earning the trust of them that they know you're the director of operations, right? And so in order for me to move forward into a place where I can try to step into more of the basketball space, I need them to know fully that I'm 110% committed to being the best ops guy. Because when you start tiptoeing back and forth, now you're not getting your job done here, and that's what I'm hired to do. They don't care if I can recruit, if I have great relationships. They don't care if I know how to draw up a baseline OB. Like, why didn't you do the expense report when you had to do it? Like, that's your job, right? So making sure you do your job first, then additional time, again, that hour in the morning, that hour at night before I go to bed, that's when I'm trying to better myself. And then I think as time goes on, when you develop relationships with their coaching staff, with your players, you can now again ask questions if you feel comfortable. Hey coach, like on that action, is he supposed to really flash up to the top of the key, or is it more kind of like free throw line? And then they'll be like, okay. And so you're asking, even honestly, little secret, even if you know the answer, you still ask, because everybody wants to teach, right? And they want to, and they want to be able to say, well, this is why we do it. And you say, okay, wow, that's incredible. I didn't know that. So you got to kind of, feed the ego, but asking questions is the best for me. I love asking questions. So being able to do that is a great way to learn. And then again, once you've shown you're good at your job, you can then add value in other areas. It could be helping with scouting reports. It could be, talking to coaches one-on-one in their office, just shooting the breeze with them. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, like, I saw that we're getting close to offering this kid, like, what is it about his game that, we really like, and you're learning stuff. And then the next time, it could be a week later, it could be a year later, when you have an opportunity to be like, hey, I saw this kid and he reminds me of that guy. Remember we talked about him, and like, they have similar games, and that coach can be like, oh yeah, that's a good point, Matt. Like, I like him. And now now it's not like, hey, that's my kid. It's like, no, I'm giving this to you because you're the assistant and now you run with it. But it makes them look good, and then it makes you look good. And then again, you get more opportunities to do things like that.